Thank you for your interest in the All-in-One Diabetes Logbook. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how it works. To begin with, when you enter into the logbook, you will see this dashboard. This dashboard has 8 buttons on it. Each button is a navigation button that takes you to a little bit different page. The first button is for routine blood sugar entries. The next one is for meal planning. The third one is for the menu, to create your menu for the week, any doctor visits that you want to keep track of, your prescriptions, and a settings page, as well as a high-low correction calculator and a quick snack calculator. Down here at the bottom, you'll see as you enter your blood sugar values, you'll see a highest value, a lowest value, and an average value. This is just a quick reference. Just at a quick glance, you can see how you've been doing. So to start out with this sheet, when I come into it each day, I like to push on the routine blood sugar entry button. I've already done some entry here just to save some time with this video. Over on the left, you can enter the date. The next column over is the key value. The key value over here I have noted as weekday, weekend, site change, unusual day, or test day. I like to sometimes filter by this to see maybe how I'm doing on the weekends versus weekdays, if I'm having an unusual day, and things like that. I like to filter the results so that I can quickly and easily see how I'm doing, and if changes are needed, I can make those changes. As you enter your before breakfast, after breakfast, and so on blood sugar entries, you'll see that they highlight to a color. Green for good, low for low blood sugar, red for high blood sugar. These are the values that's driving those colors. These values can be changed on the settings page to fit your needs. The buttons over on the right are the menu for the week, which we will go over in a minute, and the home button, which will take you back to the dashboard. So up here on the right, again, this is what you see on the dashboard: your highest blood sugar, your lowest blood sugar, your average blood sugar. This whole sheet here, I like to just keep a running sheet. I never clear the results. I just keep them in there. Maybe once a year I'll clear it out and then start over. But I like to bring this sheet with me to the doctor, and then this is just a really good sheet to discuss how things are going with your doctor, because you'll see as you populate this sheet, you'll see the colors really give you a clear idea of how good you're doing before meals and after meals, and where you might need to make some changes. So let's go back to the home page. The next button over is for meal planning. As you plan the week, you can come here to create your meals for the week. I've already created a breakfast meal, which I've already put into the sheet for Monday. I'm just going to show you really quick how I did that. I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to go to cereal. I usually do all of this work on Sunday, so that I have the sheet prepared for the week. I put all my meals in on Sunday. If I need to make some changes to them as the week goes on, it's really easy to do. So say I want to have raisin bran for breakfast. I highlight the quantity, the serving size with the food description, and the carb amount. I highlight those columns only, and I click the Add to Meal Plan. And as you work your way through the sheet, you'll see instructions like this on how to use the different sheets. And I also have several hover messages. So when you hover over certain things, it will tell you what it's about, and it'll give you some instruction. I try to do that everywhere possible within these sheets. So now we added that to the meal plan. We go back to the meal planning sheet. We see it there. I'll add some milk to go with this cereal. The milk can be here in dairy. I also have this in drink. You can customize these food sheets and make them however you need to make them. As long as you follow the same format, you won't have any problems. The first column is for your quantity. The second column is for your serving size first. So for milk, I have 1 cup. And then I put a dash there and I put the description after it. So it's 1 cup of 1% milk. And for 1 cup, that serving has 12 carbs. If I wanted to change the quantity to 2, I could change this quantity here to 2. And it's still going to show that the carb amount is 12 because that's the per serving carb amount. But on the other side, it's doing the calculation. It knows that you're going to have 24 carbs. So if I click Add to Meal Plan and then go back to that meal planning page, I see I have 1.5 cups of Raisin Bran and I have 2 cups of milk. Each serving has 45 carbs. Okay? You can have a maximum of 9 items per meal, and I've used this sheet for a long time, and 9 items seems to be more than enough. So anyway, at this point, you can add this meal to any day, to any meal for any day of the week. So I'm going to put this actually on Tuesday's breakfast. And because I've already got something in Monday's breakfast. So I'm going to go to, down here we have a couple of navigation buttons. I'm going to go to the meal menu for the week, I should say. And you're going to see this meal now here on Tuesday. It's got a total of 91.5 carbohydrates. Okay, now I've already populated some information in on Monday. And for Monday, I was having crackling oat bran, some milk and some orange juice. I had a normal bolus of 9 units. That was all well and fine, but say I go back to the meal planning page and actually I changed my mind on Monday. I want to have this meal as well on Monday. I can push that button and go back to the menu for the week, and it'll just override what was already there. And you can see my bolus amount now is, instead of 9, it's 7.63. Just really quickly on this sheet, you can enter your before breakfast blood sugar. And if it's good, it's going to highlight green. If it's low, it's going to be blue. If it's high, it's going to be red, again on this sheet. Say 1 hour after I checked my blood sugar. I always check my blood sugar 1 hour after. That's how this sheet is tailored for a 1 hour after reading. If my blood sugar was high at 230, I would need 2.4 correction units of insulin. My goal is 170, so if it was 170, I wouldn't need any correction. And if my blood sugar was 120 and it was low after my meal, I would need 16.7 correction carbs to fix that. Over on the left in the gray area, we have a spot to keep track of temp rates if you're using a temp rate to go for a bike ride or a walk or something like that. Over on the bottom right side, we have a place for snacks. This place here, I have to caution you a little bit. Don't use this spot if your blood sugar is low. Only use this spot if it's normal or above normal. This snack bolus does not calculate for a low blood sugar. So if you have a low blood sugar, there is a hover note that pops up here that directs you to use the quick snack calculator on the home page. That calculator will help you if your blood sugar is low. That's the place you want to go when you have low blood sugars that are between meals. Okay, so down here for the bolus amount, if you pick, you can just type in anything, any key you want here to pick it. If you put an X here, you'll see my bolus ratio is 12, so for every 12 carbs I need 1 unit of insulin. This also takes into account correction factors. So if your correction factor is whatever it is, my before meal correction factor is 20 to 1. So if for every 20 points above my normal blood sugar amount, I need 1 unit of insulin to bring that amount down. All these values can be changed to suit your needs in the settings page. So these variables here, I'll mention these quick. These variables called above 120 and so on. These variables are, I put these variables in for myself because I tend to need a little bit more insulin if my blood sugar is above 120 before a meal, or if I have a site change that day, or I'm eating fast food. Fast food always seems to have a bigger effect on my blood sugar, so I need to take a little bit more insulin. Those values, those variables values are over here. They can be also changed to suit your needs in the settings page. You can also change the name of them. So if you don't have this above 120 problem or fast food or whatever, you can change the name of them and you can change the value, or you don't need to use them if you don't want to. So this sheet just kind of goes down the same logic flows all the way through the sheet, all the way through till Sunday. At the end of the week, you can clear the sheet entirely by pushing these two buttons. I did create a button here just to clear the sheet but keep the meals, because sometimes I tend to want to eat the same thing the next week, especially for breakfast and lunch. I eat a lot of the same items, but dinner changes for me, and in those cases I just adjust. So that's that sheet real quick. If we go back to the home page, at the home page we also have a settings page. The settings page is where you can enter all of your values. These values will drive this logbook, so I encourage you to go here first and put in the correct numbers for you. And if you hover over each one, it'll explain what it is. So if you need a little bit of help along the way, if you just hover over where you see these little black marks up in the upper right hand corner of the cell, if you just hover over those have notes to help you out. I'm going to go back to the home page. We have a page here for doctor visits. I'll just put this one here real quick for you to see. These are all the things that my doctor will test, and these are where you can put the normal range that your doctor expects, the results, the dates, and any notes that go along with it. It really helps me keep track of my doctor visits and what I should be thinking about before I go to the doctor and after I leave the doctor. Also here is a button for prescriptions. I like to keep a track of all my medications and everything about them. Then if you need to make changes or you need to show that to the doctor, maybe you're going to see a new doctor for something different, you can show the doctor your current medications. It's really fast and easy. A lot of times I'll take my laptop with me to the doctor. Sometimes I'll print the sheets out. I find it easier just to take the laptop with me though. The settings page, we already went over that. The quick snack calculator and the high-low correction button basically take it to the same page. This page is really self-explanatory. You have some navigation buttons here. If your blood sugar is low, if you put it in here, it'll show you 17 carbs will fix it. And these values, again, are driven off of the values that you enter in on the settings page. If your blood sugar is high, you can put it here. And if you want to also have a snack, say your blood sugar is low and you want to have a banana, which is about 30 carbs, and you have a bolus ratio of 10:1, you'll need, with your low blood sugar and a 30 carb snack, you'll need only 1.33 units of insulin. So this is a good way to quickly have a snack and get your bolus amount. This quickly explains this sheet. If you have any specific questions, you can certainly email me. I will gladly answer your questions in regards to the sheet and how to use it. And I hope this video tutorial explains quickly how to use it. Thank you for your time.